Welcome into Sports Talk at the stadium this afternoon from Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia. We were here for the USC spring game, and for the record, the Black beat the Garnet 35-24. Of course, the score irrelevant in a spring game. What you want to come out of a spring game with is no serious injuries. You want to show some positive things on offense and defense, build on what you were doing in the spring, and show some improvement over the end of last year. And I think USC's accomplished all that. There were a couple of injuries in the game of note, both in the secondary, but both players are going to be fine. Jamarcus King was involved in a tackle, and he cracked a bone in his forearm. Will Muschamp said they're putting a plate in the forearm, and he'll be fine in a couple of weeks. Stephen Montag got a little bit of a stinger on a hard hit as well, but he too should be fine. Outside of that, now, except for a couple of bumps and bruises here and there, everything turned out fine from an injury standpoint. As far as showing some improvement and building some momentum from what they were doing throughout the spring, I think you could say offensively, Muschamp feels like they made major progress in the spring, and now they've got a number of skill position players with whom they can do big things. Quarterback, of course, running back, wide receiver, tight end. They feel very good about all those positions. And I think he feels like the offensive line came along this spring, too, and showed some improvement. His greatest concern still on defense, where he feels like he needs more playmakers. He needs more guys who can affect the quarterback, who can rush the quarterback on third down. Certainly having Sky Moore back is a big, big bonus for the Gamecock defense. He played today, said he felt great out there, said he's had no issues with his neck and is not holding back at all. Physically and mentally, he's ready to go, and that's a big, big bonus for the Gamecock defense. But Muschamp said they will be counting on several newcomers, guys coming in this recruiting class, guys he told you'll have a chance to play right away. They'll be counting on a bunch of those fellows to come in and help out the defense right off the bat in 2017. As far as some of the individual numbers today, Jake Bentley, of course, had himself a good day throwing the football. Bentley on the day was 19 of 31 for 301 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception. He, of course, is clearly the guy at quarterback right now. Michael Scarnecchia was the backup, playing on both sides, and basically he went to 19 of 36 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Now the running game showed a lot of promise. Rico Dowdle did not play very much. He had a carry early on. He got 3 carries on the day for 30 yards. His longest was 12 yards. Tyshawn Williams looks extremely good. Everything we've heard about him in the spring, he looked like that today. He ended up with 11 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown with a long of 18 yards. Mon Denson had a 34-yard run, 41 yards on the day. Caleb Kinlaw got 14 carries for 66 yards. So they've got some weapons at running back. And then in the receiving game, Brian Edwards picking up right where he started out as a freshman last year. He looks good. 4 catches, 111 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. Ortre Smith, the true freshman, certainly showed what he could do. 3 catches for 52 yards. He also had a touchdown catch on the last play of the game of 42 yards. Keel Pollard had 8 catches. They're expecting a lot of improvement out of him. Jacob August had a nice day. 4 catches, 54 yards, including a 33-yard touchdown catch. Tyson Williams had 3 catches out of the backfield. So they have got some offensive weapons, and that makes Muschamp feel like they're making some progress there on the offensive side. And one more thing to note, the kicking of Wozniak, the new place kicker. He missed some field goals, but he also made field goals of 47 yards, 48 yards. He also made a 50-yarder. He's got a very strong leg, and he'll be the guy going into fall camp to handle the place kicking. Of course, they've got a new snapper and a new holder. For the most part, Muschamp feels that all those particular phases of the special teams looked good in the spring. And again, Wozniak has a very strong leg. A crowd of over 12,000 here today, a little down from normal for the spring, but obviously with the basketball stuff going on, moving the time up to 12 o'clock today impacted that. But overall, a good day for USC spring game, and so now the team will be on its own. The voluntary workouts, the weight room workouts, on through the summer until they come back together in late July, early August to begin preparation for NC State. But I don't think there's any doubt that offensively, this will be a much improved Gamecock football team in the fall. If they can shore up some things on defense, they will. It should be a team that could be anywhere in the category of 8 to 10 wins, if you can have a little bit of luck on your side. We have post-game interviews for you on the website. Check out Will Muschamp and some of the players. And that'll do it from here at Williams-Brice Stadium. Have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you more about it all Monday night on Sports Talk.